Welcome back to Blockchain Pill. My name is Alex and welcome back to another episode. I think that if you told anybody in the crypto space or anybody inside the ICP ecosystem that people would be able to buy ICP at $1.20 or $1.50 or $1 or $2, they would have said that you are crazy, you're insane. But this is exactly what happened this Friday when we had a market-wide crash. Basically 90% of altcoins saw crazy moves to the downside. 1 minute they were sitting at the prices that we've seen them for the past couple of months, and then in the span of minutes the prices dumped 80% across the board. It is just crazy, it's wild, and this is just another day in crypto. And if we look at the stats here, there were $19 billion in liquidations in 24 hours. The day 10 of October is gonna remain in the crypto history books as the Black Friday, both literally and figuratively. Compared to the COVID crash and the FTX crash, this alone is around 6 to 7 times larger than the FTX and COVID crash combined, which is just wild. As a percentage of losses from the total market cap, the COVID crash was still the largest one we've ever seen. However, with huge crashes come huge opportunities, and we've seen a lot of people load up on those altcoins and especially on ICP at some really juicy prices. Now, if we look at the ICP price chart, I love the fact that we didn't close below the last bear market low on the weekly chart. We are way above. Thankfully, a lot of the people inside the ICP community don't trade ICP on futures, and most of us, hold our ICP in spot. The vast majority of people actually have the ICP locked in the NNS. So I would assume that the losses of people holding ICP are less than the general crypto participants. Somebody breaks down this crash actually, because it sounds, crazy, like $20 billion in liquidations. I don't know who needs to hear this, but 20 billion in liquidations doesn't mean that people lost 20 billion. It means that 20 billion worth of leverage position were forced closed. Example, people have $100 in their account and they open a $2,000 long. The $2,000 position got liquidated, but you only lost $100. So we can assume that people trading with leverage, they use 10, 20, 50, or even up to 100x leverage, and thus this amount is magnified. However, any amount of leverage would have caused your position to be liquidated on this massive drop here. So ICP was trading at around $4.56. It dropped 74%. If you had 2x leverage, you would have been liquidated. With 1.5 leverage, I think even then you would have been liquidated. Which brings us back to the basics that spot is king, and crypto is more about survival than it is about amplifying the gains that you make. You want to make sure that you are going to be here in 5 years and in 10 years and then compound all the gains that you make over time. You don't need to get rich today. You need to get rich for sure. I have a very good friend. He's hands down one of the best traders that I know. And he said, I will only be bullish on ICP once it revisits the all-time low from the bear market. The price of ICP went down and down, but I still thought, I told him, listen, you're crazy. It's never going to go there. It cannot happen. And he said, yeah, then I'm not going to be bullish. If it doesn't get there, I'm not going to be bullish on it. Like, he's trading like hundreds of altcoins. He doesn't just focus on one thing. After this crash happened, for the very first time ever, he took a position into ICP, and I made this post. My friend Essex, who's one of the best technical traders I know, was bearish on ICP for the past year and kept saying he'd only turn bullish if we revisited the bear market lows. He loaded up this Friday and said his midterm price target for ICP is $15. He's extremely technical, sniper-like precision, and he's now bullish on ICP. So when most people are looking at it and are leaving the ICP community or have lost most of their ICP bags or sold the panic, Essex here, for the first time ever, he turned bullish on ICP. After such a massive crash, you would expect, people to sell their ICP bags or say that they never want to look at crypto again and stuff like that. However, this is not what the stats are showing us. I'm looking here at IC Terminal, who says that ICP Dolphin balances reach year high amid market pullback. The number of addresses holding 1 to 5,000 ICP climbed to an yearly high, suggesting continued retail accumulation during the recent price decline. To me, this is extremely bullish. Although the market looks terrible, retail keeps on accumulating ICP, which is super bullish. And ICP large holders count hit 52-week high. The number of addresses holding at least 1 million ICP surged to 82. Marking a new annual peak. Whales are accumulating, retail is accumulating, and in my opinion, this is just a matter of time until ICP will start pumping along with the rest of the market. Usually when those massive crashes happen, this is an opportunity for people who have been sidelined to join the market and to enter the markets and, to catch good profits. I wasn't able to catch ICP anywhere here, anywhere near like $1.21 or $2 and something. So you were not able to place orders. You were not able, if you decided to market buy, well, on one hand, it didn't work. And if it worked, like the slippage was crazy because the order books were empty. Like you would have a few hundreds or thousands ICP in limit orders, like every like 10 cents or so. So the slippage was crazy. And everybody who tells you like, yeah, I bought ICP at $1.20, I'm gonna be rich, I'm gonna sell it at $12. No, you didn't buy it there. We have some news from Fabio, Zero to Hero. 1 million ICP has been withdrawn from centralized exchanges overnight. The supply of ICP on exchanges is just below $52 million ICP, which is like 10% of the entire supply. This is what I love to see. This is the retail buying and taking it off of the exchanges. And this is a good thing. I recommend if you hold your ICP on any centralized exchange, take it off of those platforms and, you know, either stake it or hold it in your own wallet. Because remember what happened with FTX? When they close the doors, your money is going to be stuck in them, not your keys, not your coins. And hopefully it's not going to be a problem like this anytime this cycle, but you never know. So hold your assets in your own wallets where you can actually control them. And finally, we have Caffeine AI. And last week, Dominic Williams said that the next big date that they have for Caffeine AI was the 15th of October. Now, is it going to be pushed back due to the market conditions? Is the 15th going to be the perfect date to actually open up general access for Caffeine AI? I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if they maybe push this date back a little bit, but I would also not be surprised if they actually keep the date, because Caffeine AI is more of an AI tool. I wouldn't expect OpenAI to delay an update or something because of the crypto market conditions. So maybe by the same thought, Caffeine AI is not going to delay it. But anyhow, it's going to be a couple of days and we're going to find out when that date comes. And those are the updates for today. I hope you guys managed to navigate Friday as good as possible and the losses have been minimal, especially if you held your ICP in spot or staked inside the NNS. You know, you're cool. Hopefully not many of you were burned using leverage trading. Thank you very much for watching this video. Leave a like and a comment if you have anything to add, and I will see you guys in the next one.